23 CFR 636 has limited criteria for the RFQ process. We say it typically describes the project in enough detail to let potential offers determine if they wish to compete and forms the basis for requesting qualification submissions from which the most highly qualified offers can be identified. That's the whole purpose of this process, that phase one, selecting the most highly qualified firms based on technical expertise, experience, qualifications, not cost factors. You're looking at resources, personnel involved, equipment, past experience with other projects. And then you're shortlisting 3 to 5 firms which have the best opportunity to be the most successful firm. After that shortlist, everybody's on the same playing field. And we typically don't reconsider experience or qualifications again in the final selection. So if you shortlist 3 to 5, those 3 to 5 firms are all in an equal playing field at that point. And the successful firm is dependent upon their price proposal and their technical proposal. So that's the key difference with the two-phase selection process. It allows you to segregate highly qualified firms that have the capability of doing the project successfully, and then picking one of those 3 to 5 firms to be the best value for you to do the work. The only explicit requirement we have is that there not be any limit on competition, and there are some recommendations for the use of shortlisting and stipends. I won't go into those, but our policy does address those aspects. For the RFP process, our regulation also addresses what is meant by the RFP, and it gives broad criteria for what can be done. It's the document that describes the procurement process that forms the basis of the final proposals and may potentially become an element of the contract. Well, it is an element of the contract. A couple provisions I'll just mention. 636.115 allows the states to release draft RFPs. I know that's shocking to some people that you would give a draft of the procurement document out to the industry before you receive proposals. But our reg allows that. We encourage it. We encourage pre-meetings with the industry to get feedback from the industry on things that are in the RFP. We prefer that the state issue a draft RFP to get the input from the industry on things that are highly risky for the industry. It will drive up price. That allows the owner to come up with the best value RFP for their project. Also allows the industry to understand the owner's concerns or goals or objectives for that project and to develop the best proposal for the owner. So all this is driving towards the process of the owner coming up and being able to get that best proposal for the process. Short story regarding 636.109. Back in 2002, when we issued the first rulemaking for design build, we said that the NEPA process had to be complete prior to the state releasing the RFP. Public-private industry in the United States lobbied Congress, and they told Congress that federal highways policy restricts them, will restrict public-private partnerships, will restrict toll roads, will restrict the industry from developing through public-private partnerships. And Federal Highway got it all wrong with their design build reg. So, confident Congress, in its infinite wisdom, modified the law in 2007 to require us to change our regulation. So that was the key change in 2007. So we had to change it to allow states to issue RFPs prior to the NEPA process being complete, to allow 3P projects and projects like that to go forward. So now a state, by our policy, can issue an RFP prior to NEPA being complete and can award a design-build contract, but cannot proceed with final design or construction prior to the conclusion of the NEPA process. All that gobbledygook, bureaucratic legalese is to allow 3Ps to go forward, to allow states to issue RFPs prior to NEPA being complete, and to allow these 3P projects to be developed. It's not typically used with traditional design-build projects, But that was the big change that happened with us and NEPA back in 2007. So I said, sometimes we learn lessons the hard way, and for me, that was a lesson learned the hard way, that we didn't fully listen to all of the industry input back in 1998, 99 when we were developing this regulation.